Have you ever wondered why there is ongoing tension between the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda? The roots of this discord are deeply entrenched in history, stemming back to the mid-90s. A significant event that sparked the tension was the arrival of Rwandan Hutus in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. Accused of committing genocide against the Tutsi minority in Rwanda in 1994, these Hutus sought refuge across the border, inadvertently sowing the seeds of a long-lasting conflict. The presence of these Rwandan Hutus in the DRC was not without controversy. Their arrival was met with accusations and counter-accusations between the two countries, each blaming the other for supporting armed groups and launching cross-border attacks. This, in turn, led to an escalation in tension and conflict that has persisted for over 3 decades now. The relationship between the two nations saw brief periods of relative calm, particularly after the election of Felix Tshisekedi as DRC president in 2019. Unfortunately, this peace was short-lived, and the tension has since rekindled, leading to the current state of unrest we see today. The tension has been simmering since 1994 and has seen periods of escalation and de-escalation. Recent events have caused the tension to escalate. In a series of disturbing developments, both the Democratic Republic of Congo, known as DRC, and Rwanda have been accusing each other of supporting armed groups and launching cross-border attacks. This back and forth has been a major catalyst in the increase of hostilities. One of the key incidents that ignited this recent escalation was the capture of the border town of Bunagana by the M23 rebels. This event led to heightened tensions between the DRC and Rwanda, with the DRC military accusing Rwanda of an invasion. Bunagana, being a strategic hub for international aid organizations and the United Nations peacekeeping mission, became a hotbed of conflict. In another instance, Rwanda's army alleged that Congolese soldiers infiltrated a neutral zone and opened fire on a Rwandan border post. This sparked a fresh round of accusations and denials between the two nations, with the DRC refuting the claims and labeling the encounter as a clash with bandits near the border. Among the major players in this conflict are foreign armed groups, particularly the Democratic Forces for the Liberation of Rwanda, known as FDLR. Their presence and activities have been a significant source of concern, adding another layer of complexity to the already intricate and volatile situation. These incidents have led to a further deterioration of relations between both nations. As the accusations continue to fly and the attacks increase, the situation remains precarious, with the hope for peace seeming more elusive than ever. The international community has not remained silent on this issue. The United Nations, a leading force in global peacekeeping, has called for an immediate cessation of violence. This plea comes in response to the escalating tensions and deteriorating security situation in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. The UN has expressed concern over increased attacks on civilians and the presence of foreign armed groups, particularly the Democratic Forces for the Liberation of Rwanda. The African Union, a continental body aimed at fostering unity and cooperation among African states, has also stepped in, appointing the president of Angola, João Lourenço, as mediator of the crisis. This move symbolizes the African Union's commitment to resolving conflicts within the continent through diplomatic channels. Moving across the Atlantic, the United States has also voiced its concern. It has called for responsible and constructive leadership from both the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda. The US, a global superpower, recognizes the potential for this conflict to destabilize the region further, and urges both nations to work towards peace. The international community's concern is clear, but the resolution of the crisis remains uncertain. The tension and conflict have had far-reaching effects. The populace, often the most vulnerable in such situations, has borne the brunt of this strife. The unrest has triggered a significant refugee crisis, with thousands fleeing their homes to escape the violence. Innocent civilians have found themselves in the crossfire, with attacks by Congolese rebels escalating in frequency and intensity. This video has taken you on a journey through the origins of this tension, rooted deep within the historical and political fabric of these nations. We've delved into the recent escalations that have brought this issue to the forefront of international attention, shedding light on the allegations and counter-allegations that have further strained the relations between Congo and Rwanda. We've also examined the response of the international community, with bodies like the United Nations and the African Union stepping in to mediate and urging an immediate end to the violence. The international community's role in ensuring responsible and constructive leadership from both nations has been paramount in attempts to quell the unrest. But it's the impact on the civilians that truly underscores the urgency of finding a resolution. The refugee crisis, the attacks against civilians, the fear, and the uncertainty, these are the real-life effects of the tension that exists between Congo and Rwanda. The tension between Congo and Rwanda is a complex issue with deep historical roots, and its resolution is crucial for the stability and prosperity of both nations.